Raise your chai cup. Indian immigrants aren't just moving to America, they're flipping whole cities into cultural blockbusters. We're talking business districts spiced up with masala, ballots printed in 4 languages, and downtowns that look like they've been hijacked by a Bollywood location scout. From tech hubs in California to Surrey-lined suburbs in New Jersey, these are 10 US cities that didn't just welcome Indian immigrants, they got completely transformed by them. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment, I subscribe. And I'll personally welcome you into the family. With that said, let's get started. City number 1. Edison and Iselin, NJ. The Paladute of Little India. If there's a capital city for Indian America, it might just be this double punch. Iselin clocks in at 45%, Indian American Edison at 36%. And together they've created a subcontinental superzone that's basically a time zone away from New Delhi. The epicenter. Oak Tree Road, or as locals call it, the Corridor of Curry. Nearly 400 South Asian businesses are crammed into a stretch that's equal parts wedding district, gold bazaar, spice market, and late-night chai culture. Patel Brothers anchors the grocery scene, while designer sari shops make suburban strip malls look like Bollywood catwalks. The transformation is so deep that local voting ballots now come in Gujarati, Urdu, Punjabi, and Hindi, and political candidates know you don't campaign here without a Diwali photo op. What used to be sleepy suburbia is now a year-round magnet for cultural tourism, pulling in shoppers, foodies, and big spenders from 3 states over. In short, Edison and Iselin didn't just adopt Indian culture, they became it. City number 2. New York City Metro, Queens/Jersey City. Big Apple goes Bollywood. New York City has always been a melting pot, but the Indian community has turned up the heat. With 246,000 Indian Americans in NYC proper, the metro now houses 20% of the entire country's Indian professionals in tech, healthcare, and finance. And it shows. Jackson Heights in Queens is a sensory overload of spice shops, jewelry counters, and sari drapes spilling onto the sidewalks, while Manhattan's Curry Hill serves up dosas, butter chicken, and gossip hotter than the Vindaloo. Diwali parades now shut down Madison Avenue. Netflix keeps filming subcontinental rom-coms in the streets, and in Jersey City, the skyline is literally changing with $400 million worth of new office towers funded and fueled by Indian American entrepreneurs. Oh, and since 2023, Diwali is officially a public school holiday. The Big Apple hasn't just gone Bollywood, it's wearing a sherwani and dancing in the rain. City number 3. Fremont, Care, Silicon Valley. Tech talent tectonics. Welcome to the nerve center of the Indian American tech takeover. Santa Clara County is now 42% foreign-born, and Indians are the fastest growing group, driving median household incomes to 40% above the US average. Fremont is home to 200-plus tech parks, many run by Indian American executives who lead billion-dollar product launches by day and host Pongal festivals by night. It's not just the big names like Apple and Google making waves. Fremont has quietly inked Rs. $1 billion a week deals for Indian APs, tea franchises, and smart Siam lunchbox startups. Entire residential complexes, nicknamed DLF townships, are built for IT expats, complete with langar kitchens, yoga studios, and festival courtyards. Here, tech isn't just business. It's a cultural export, and the Indian playbook is running the whole game. City number 4, Dallas-Fort Worth, TX, Frisco, Richardson, South Asian Southeast H-Wing takeover. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the Indian footprint. Frisco and Richardson have gone from a sprinkle of Desi presence in 2000 to 10% plus India origin populations today. That's a 10x growth in 2 decades. And it's not just headcount. It's an economic and cultural blitz. Beltline and Preston Road are now home to a galaxy of Indian grocers, Surrey salons, Bollywood cinemas, and snack shops serving samosas the size of footballs. The influence seeps into politics too. Local school board races now feature campaign literature in Gujarati and Urdu, and an Indian-American PAC with deep pockets is shaping Texas Senate battles. In other words, if you want to win here, you better know your way around both barbecue brisket and biryani. City number 5. Houston TX. The Mahatma Gandhi district grows up. Houston didn't just get a little India, it codified it. The Mahatma Gandhi district, centered around Hillcroft Avenue, is officially recognized in city records, decked out with Indian flags, temples, and annual New India Day celebrations. Indians are now the fastest growing immigrant group in the city, and their cultural footprint is expanding as fast as the skyline. From Haki Paratha food trucks to India House festivals, the area has become a high-revenue magnet. South Asian real estate values are up 25% in just 2 years. And fun fact, Indian travelers account for 30% of all dollar car rentals in central Houston. The city's Indian Doctors Association is no small player either. They're behind everything from business licensing reforms to a $500 million expansion of sugarcane blending plants in Fort Bend County. Yes, Houston's DCs aren't just treating patients, they're treating the economy. City number 6, Chicago IL. Devon Avenue and Naperville's DZ takeover. Chicago's Devon Avenue has earned a passport stamp in the Indian Diaspora Travel Guide. It's Little India with skyscraper swagger. Picture block after block of chort joints blasting Bollywood remixes, sari fabric stores stacked floor to ceiling, and wedding halls that look like they've been flown in from Jaipur. Meanwhile, in the suburb of Naperville, nearly 25% of the population is Indian, boasting some of the state's highest per capita home ownership. There's even a Mall of India, because, honestly, one Devon Avenue just wasn't enough. The political ripple. Even the Cook County GOP now prints flyers in Punjabi, Marathi, and English, acknowledging that Indian American households have become the anchor landlords and voters in several precincts. City number 7, Seattle LA. Keist Band goes mainstream. Seattle's Indian American community didn't just open tech startups, they opened the door to history. In 2023, Seattle became the first US city to ban caste discrimination, elevating it alongside race and religion in civil rights law. The move was championed by Indian American activists and sent shockwaves through corporate America, forcing tech giants like Microsoft and Google to re-examine their DEI policies. This wasn't just a local feel-good moment, it was a policy export. Activists in California and New York have since copied Seattle's playbook, pushing caste into the federal hate crime conversation. Bottom line? Seattle is no longer just coffee and code, it's coffee, code, and cultural justice with global reach. City number 8, Philadelphia Metro, Millburn/Bucks County, East Coast Indian Dawn. If you want to see Indian American history on the East Coast, start in Millburn, PA, the first majority Indian American borough in the entire US way back in 2000. Since then, the broader Philly Metro's Indian population has doubled to nearly 80,000, fueling a transformation in suburbs like Cherry Hill and Voorhees. Main streets here aren't anchored by old diners anymore. They've got desi grocers, Bollywood-themed gyms, and Indian-owned financial services companies in prime retail spots. Schools now offer Hindi classes, and local legislatures have Diwali committees written into the political calendar. And when Philadelphia's historic waterworks needed a major facelift, Indian American donors stepped up with $30 million. Forget Rocky's training montage. This is South Asian coalition politics hitting peak power. City number 9, Columbus, Sankis Boulevard spices up the heartland. Welcome to Sankas Boulevard, Columbus's very own Little India. Here you can grab a biryani to go from a street cart, then stroll into a sleek bank-turned banquet hall that books catering packages like loan applications. The Indian presence has transformed formerly average income zip codes into neighborhoods with median incomes 20% above the state average. In 2023, nearly 1 in 5 new tech hires in Columbus came from Indian-educated talent. Many funneled straight into partnerships with NASA and Ohio State University via the new Columbus DC Innovation Hub. And yes, that hub sits in what used to be a strip mall, because Indian Americans know how to turn vacant retail into cultural supernova. City number 10, Tempe AZ. India Plaza meets Old Town Americana. Drive down East Apache Boulevard, and you'll hit India Plaza Tempe, the epicenter of 1.7 miles of Indian grocers, cultural studios, and pop-up sari boutiques. During Holi and Ganesh Chaturthi, this stretch pulls in over 200,000 visitors. And we're talking more color powder and festival beats than some cities see in an entire year. But Tempe's Indian community isn't just about the festivals. They're shaping the city itself. Indian tech entrepreneurs now sit on the city planning board. Restaurant sales on Mill Avenue have jumped 80% since 2022 thanks to Arizona State University's booming exchange programs. And even the city's bike share network features Gujarati script tour stops. It's a mashup of College Town Americana and South Asian entrepreneurial firepower, and it works. From New Jersey's sari-lined suburbs to Arizona's festival-packed boulevards, these 10 cities prove that Indian immigrants aren't just moving in, they're transforming the local economy, politics, and culture from the ground up. They've built billion-dollar business corridors, flipped school board elections, and turned forgotten strips of asphalt into world-class cultural hubs. And as their influence grows, so does America's connection to a global network of talent, trade, and tradition. With that said, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And until next time.